What's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and we got to talk about LeBron James. And today we talking about killer instinct and some of the stories that have come out from Ty Lue and Brendan Haywood over the last few days speaking on LeBron. And, you know, there's always been this narrative that LeBron is great for the first 3 quarters and part of the fourth, but down the stretch, he isn't as clutch when it comes to game-winning shots or putting teams away, things of that nature. And that narrative, a lot of times people have compared it to Jordan's peak. And, you know, if you look at it like that, right, if you're just looking at the last few minutes of the game, you're looking at Jordan's peak, then if you compare anybody to that, you'll be able to nitpick one way or the other. And then, you know, you'll have people that love LeBron and they'll compare Jordan's first few years in the league when he wasn't having team success to LeBron getting to the finals very early in his career. So I say all that to say Haywood and Ty Lue has come with some facts. And I always feel like people, if we're comparing these people, they both have a certain level of killer instinct, right? You don't get to that level. You're not always in the finals or always at the top of the game year after year if you don't have the killer instinct. Honestly, for him to still have his body where it's able to perform at the level it's still performing at his age, it takes killer instinct to do that, you know, because what's going to motivate you to get up after you've made all the money he's made, won the championships, all the accomplishments, awards, and accolades? What keeps you going other than that burning desire to be the best? I just wanted to share that, but let's listen to what they had to say.
MJ and LeBron, work ethic, top tier. Top tier. Their work ethic is top tier. Mentally, they're strong. And it just comes down to, like, one is more aggressive, one is a little bit, like, Bron's going to try to massage the situation a little bit more, but they both going to get to it. I hate the fact that everybody says, like, Bron doesn't have the killer gene and everything like that. Like, playing with him in Cleveland showed me that all that nonsense that, like, Skip Bayless be talking, he don't have the killer gene. Like, maybe you don't shut your old ass up. Like, dog, because do you remember the shot that LeBron hit against Jimmy Butler in Chicago, the 3 in the corner?
Yeah, to win the game.
To win the game. So Bron had actually been playing terrible down the stretch of that game. Like, he had missed some shots, free throws, turnovers, like, terrible. And we get to the huddle, and David Blatt, I don't know why Blatt did this, but he draws the play up. He's like, yeah, you know, blah, 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 blah. And he draws the play up. Yeah, JR, you get right here and get the shot. Bron was like, absolutely not. Sorry, JR. He made Bron, I've never seen this. He said, absolutely not. Grabs the clipboard, erases the play, and just said, all right, this is what we're going to run. You go here, you go here. Hey, I'm a fake. He tells, I think it was Dellavedova taking it out. I forgot. And he was like, yo, I'm going to fake this way. I'm going to pop to the corner and get me the ball right there. I'm going to hit a shot. I've never seen somebody draw up their own game winner. Like, so when everybody, Bron ain't this mentally MJ. Like, hey, listen, Bron's not scared of that moment. Will y'all stop with that?
That time they got the film and all the film. I said, no, we ain't doing no film. I said, Bron, you got to be better, bro. He's like, what you mean? I got this. I said, I don't care about no stats. You got to be. He said, what you want me to do, T. Lue? Guard Draymond, be aggressive, shoot the ball, stop turning the ball over. Anything else? He's like, man. I said, man, we need you to be better if you want to win. It's on you. He's like, so I stormed off. I go in the locker room, slam the door, boom. So we go grab D. Jones. D. Jones, man, your boy tripping, man. He's like, D. Jones, like, who? He's like, man, T. Lue. He talking about I ain't doing this and doing that. He's like, well, man, listen, I ain't been here all year, but everything I read is about how you trust him and how you, why not trust you now? So Bron like, fuck you. So he go to James Jones. JJ, I can't believe, man. And then James Jones like,
Yo, James ain't.
Well, Bron, is he lying? Fuck you. So he grabbed it, boom, he stormed out of the locker room, and the second half dominated the whole game. And so he's like, man, if you didn't get that speech at halftime, we wouldn't have won.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? So like, man, Bron, man.
You knew how to trigger him.
Yeah, I knew how to get him going. Like, he can, listen, bro. Like, he can score 50 anytime he wants. Like, I'm saying, like, 50 anytime he wants. Like, he just wants to play the game the right way. But sometimes, man, the right way is, man, we need you to get 50.
Yeah, we
you know what I'm
need
saying?
you to
Like,
go get 50.
And so he can do that every night. And so I pushed that button. And so luckily I did. And so
I ain't never heard that story.
You never heard that story?
Nah.
Yeah.
So you got Brendan Haywood, who was a teammate of LeBron, sharing a story, you know, about the three he hit on Jimmy Butler in the playoffs, and how LeBron went over there to the coach and he pretty much changed what they were running. We've heard stories of Kobe, Jordan, all the greats doing this. So this isn't something that's just crazy or out of the norm. This is common practice for top tier players because they burning with the desire to win, and a lot of time they don't want it to fall on the rest of their teammates, whether they come up short or not. And that's actually the mark of a real leader, right? Now you heard Tyronn Lue say that he had to push some buttons on LeBron to get him to be more assertive. And yes, there has been times where LeBron's coming out too passive. I think sometimes we don't look at when he has come out passive at times. Other guys have thrived. Other guys know they're going to touch the ball playing with Bron. And that's one of the things that they liked about playing with him, because they'll have a chance to star, and sometimes, guys, it's been like this running thing that he has people standing in the corner. And yes, that is true to some degree. Some players are capable of more things than they're able to do with LeBron, but some players benefit from him greatly, and they aren't capable of doing the same thing if they didn't play with Bron. So it kind of goes both ways. But back to the point, like, he has a killer instinct. Is it Michael Jordan just, score 15 straight over and over again in clutch moments? No, he's not Michael Jordan in that way. Even though you can go pull some performances like the Detroit performance, against the Pistons. You could go pull that Boston Game 6 performance, or was it Game 5? I think it was Game 5 against Boston, right, in the Garden. And so LeBron has his signature performances. I think people just look at Mike as just the ultimate closer, and Kobe Bryant is the one player that reminds them of him. You know what I'm saying? So the debate will go on forever, though, right? You'll either say Jordan's overrated or, LeBron's overrated, because people are emotional about who their favorite players are. I'm just here to simply say both have a certain kind of instinct, and it's important to remember that LeBron's skill set isn't Jordan's skill set. I never saw them to the same, right? He came after Jordan, and he filled that void that was left, and he, lived up and exceeded expectations. War number 23, high flyer, idolized Jordan and all that. But LeBron's thing was his athleticism and his passing, his ability to get to the cup. Like, that's how we looked at him early on. Michael Jordan, a lot of people didn't remember his first step in his prime years, but he's one of the quickest guys off that first step I've ever seen in my life. And the way he could finish at the rim, how strong he was. You could be holding his whole arm, and it seems like all he needed was the flick of his wrist to shoot a shot behind his head like a reverse layup. And he was just absolutely amazing. It was nothing he couldn't do offensively. So they're not even wired the same. You look at somebody like Kobe, like Jordan, and LeBron, he's a big, Magic Johnson-sized guy with extreme athleticism, speed, and he can do so much on the floor. He could guard like Karl Malone and them type of players. If he was playing in that era, it wouldn't have been no problem for him to switch on the stronger forwards. I'll take this play right here, and I'll leave y'all with this. You remember the play, I think it was in the bubble, when LeBron was guarding PG. No, it was before the bubble, right? He was guarding PG and then switched off on Kawhi. He guarded both of them on the final play. I think people overlook those type of plays as killer instinct sometimes. You got to have killer instinct on both ends, or you don't really have it, in my opinion. Because a killer on the court wants to stop you and score on you every time they can. And so some of these players that they might say got the killer instinct to just score, I don't think they have it either because they're not giving it on the other end. But that would be my assessment. What is yours? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.